Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Twem, and today we are going to talk with comedian Tehran. It's going to be an interesting conversation, and I'm so excited for having this conversation with Tehran. So I'm waiting for him to join our live. I know it's late for those who are in Cyprus or around Cyprus. You guys are already asleep, but I know that later you can watch our video anyway. Hello. Or I should say, Здравствуйте. So we are waiting for Tehran to join our live. Yeah, there he is. Let me send the request to you. Yes, I sent it. Hey, Tehran.
Yo, what's up, bro? How are you?
Thank you very much. What about you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's going on?
Where are you now? You are in LA, right?
LA, yeah, I'm in LA.
I heard from Natalie Avakian that the weather is very hot now.
The weather is always good. It's LA. It's always good. Where are you?
Yeah.
Are you actually a doctor? Are you a doctor?
Yeah, I have PhD in applied mathematics and
PhD.
computer science.
اوه PhD که به درد نمیخوره. برو بابا. گفت دکتره. مهندسی. مثلا خب take it, you're a مهندس. It's fine. What's up, bro?
Yeah, this is the usual stereotype about PhD guys, that they say the real doctors are in hospital. You are not the real
Yeah.
doctor.
I have two sisters. They're both doctors. One's a cardiothoracic surgeon. The other one's a forensics pathologist. So that's how we live, bro.
Yeah. So, Tehran, would you please introduce yourself for those who possibly don't know you?
Listen, don't know me. Better. It's better if you don't know me. It's better if you don't know me. So I don't even need to introduce myself because you shouldn't know me. If you know me, there's something wrong with you.
So, guys, we end the live now. You don't know, but there are some guys know you here anyway, so we can keep it going.
Does it matter? It's only 7 people. If 7 people don't know me, I could have this meeting in my bathroom. We could have all just went in my bathroom. It would have been fine. There's 8 people,
Yep.
11 people.
Yeah, before you're joining, I was explaining that in Cyprus, most of the people now are already slept, so they are not now here, but they will watch the video later for sure.
That's what's up. Cyprus, I've always wanted to go Cyprus. Cyprus is, I've heard amazing things. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's a good group of people. So it's like Greece, but it's not Greece.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, in Cyprus, not only Cypriots live. Now we have a lot of Turkish people here, a lot from Greece, as you said, and there are mixture now here as well.
And all they do is fight. They fight over whose food is better. They fight over whose soccer team is better. They fight over whose girls are better. Let me help you. All of us suck. All of us, we're all losers, bro. We're all losers. Good for us. We should get along. Learn how to get along.
Yeah, so Tehran, you're doing stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, in the Laugh Factory especially.
Yeah, I
But these
do
days
stand-up
it's
comedy.
not open, right?
That's why I'm on Instagram live with you, because I have nothing to do. I have nothing.
Exactly.
I'm not even wearing pants. If I stand up right now, you will see that I'm actually half black. I'm not wearing pants. I haven't worn pants in like 4 months.
Yeah, the same here. And that's exactly why I started these lives these days, because I know you guys don't have better things to do. So
Yeah,
why not?
it's the best time. Start a live. We have nothing to do. Next, I'm going to be talking to a guy who calls himself a doctor in India. He's got 5 followers. So he's my next IG live. It's fine.
So I also saw that Maz started a new show, a new talk show. What's going on there?
Well, Maz, we have a podcast. It's a fun podcast, and we also do shows on Zoom. That's what comedy is right now. You do shows online, social media, and try to have fun with people as much as you possibly can. Especially now, the world, we need laughter now more than ever. So that's why I'm so glad when you were like, you're from Cyprus, I was like, I'm going to go to Cyprus. And someone 994 Moon, Salam Tehran, Salam Arz Mikonam be Shama. Merci برای شما که اومدین to chat. The Parsa with the smiley faces, that's what's up. Because I hate when people take comedy too serious. Like, people take comedy so, oh, I can't believe you said that. Like, it's a joke, buddy. It's a joke. Have fun. Smile. It's okay. Hamid June, Hamid is in here. Ehsan, Attar, Nancy Amir 42. Everybody, thank you so much. Farnaz Isazadeh, thank you for joining the chat.
منم به همه سلام میکنم. Did you know that I'm Persian too?
ببین از لهجت مگه معلوم نبود؟ فکر کنی من فکر کردم مثلا تو آمریکایی چی فکر کردی من چی فکر کردم؟ You're
Maybe
talking
Cypriot.
like this the whole time is not a secret. Own it.
Maybe a Cypriot, who knows?
All the hair on your chest right now, trust me, you're Persian. I can tell.
That's true, yeah. But
Yeah.
you know, even in Cyprus, they think I'm one of them. Because in Middle East, we are look-alike. So wherever we go,
Yes.
they think we are the same.
But the thing is, it's not wherever we go, they think we're the same. We all are the same. People are the same. So stop getting in your head, oh, this person is from here, they must be like this. That is not true. People are the same. We look the same. We talk the same. We believe the same things. We want the same things. Love, laugh, have a good time, be a good person. That's all that matters. So as هر کسی از من که میپرسه مثلا کجایی هستی یا فرهنگ چیه؟ انسانم. فرهنگم انسانیته.
That's true,
I'm a human
Tehran.
being, bro.
But those differences, especially cultural differences, this is also makes everything beautiful. Isn't it true?
Yes, of course. That's the thing. We're all different. I'm not saying we're not different. I'm saying enjoy each other's differences. So here's my big suggestion with this when it comes to differences, right? We have cultural differences, right? Right now, were you born and raised in Iran?
Yes, true.
So if I took you and didn't tell you, and I raised you in Greece, you would think you're Greek and act Greek, and there would be no difference. You wouldn't know. Your body genetic doesn't know that Iranians eat korma sabzi and Greek eats gyro. It doesn't know. You're programmed. We're all programmed like that. So with my comedy, I try to break programming so that we don't get programmed. We all just think out of the box.
Yeah, that's true, Tehran. And you are half African American, half Persian.
Yeah, I'm half black, half Iranian, all crazy. That's how that works.
As you described, America's worst nightmare.
I'm America's worst nightmare, but I'm also a bridge between all the cultures in the world to come in one place.
That's true. But anyway, would you please tell me about the differences between these two cultures? You say we are the same, sure, but there are cultural differences which we celebrate together.
It's interesting because Iranian people and black people are actually very similar. Very warm-hearted, fun people, very hospitable, very friendly people. So if you actually get to know, there's a lot of similarities. But there's a lot of differences as well. There's a lot of differences, of course. But there's a lot of things the same. Black people love watermelon. Iranian people love watermelon. That's why we eat watermelon for breakfast. Iranians eat watermelon for breakfast, like noon panir hindune. Black people like chicken. Iranian people love chicken. Love chicken. You know what I'm saying? They love eating foods like more, like juje kebab. Like they love it. And Iranian people love things like Mercedes-Benz and BMWs. Well, black people, we steal Mercedes-Benz and BMWs. We love them too, like we love them. And that's why it's called jokes. It makes you think about how absurd it is, how stupid racism is, and it makes you have fun and laugh, and we're all in it together.
But these stereotypes are good reasons for laugh, as you said. So
Exactly.
it's fun to address them, to tell, for example, these are our differences. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. but let's laugh together about them.
Yeah,
Why not?
as Spooky said, Zeresh Pula Bomor, 100%. Russian Tabriz and AR Qasimi are laughing. And then we see Aussie KH throw up and says, everybody loves watermelon. And Nadiv Molcho is in the chat giving a heart and thumbs up. That's right, Nadiv. Thank you.
Yeah, so what languages do you speak, by the way, Tehran?
Oof, whatever language you need. Do you need me to speak some Yakhchide? Like, what do you need me to speak? I'll speak whatever I need to speak. Hi, Beauty by Emmy 22. What's up? من زبان خود انگلیسی صحبت میکنم، فارسی صحبت میکنم، نمیدونم عربی باهاتون صحبت میکنم. هر زبانی که لازم داری، هر زبان خاصی که داری من صحبت میکنم. زبان عشق. I speak the language of love, bro.
Yeah,
love.
You're expert in that, right?
Yeah, expert in love, loving everybody, loving everybody.
That's great. And Tehran, I have a question for you. Actually,
Yeah.
there are two questions, and you are the best person that I can possibly ask, because you are mixed. You won't take a side in this, so you would say it for sure, 100% from your heart, that what you think. I give you two examples. Like Marvel characters, we have, for example, a brunette guy who is transforming to the Hawk. We have a Black Panther, he's a black guy. We have Thor, who's a blonde guy. So we introduced to these characters from the beginning, and their race is their identity also. We know these people with these races, and all of them are beautiful in their own race. But sometimes I understood media or movie industry tries too hard to pretend that we are not racist. For example, they create a character, then suddenly they are changing the race of that character. As an example, in Harry Potter, we have this case. We had Hermione. We introduced to the appearance of Hermione as Emma Watson. Suddenly in theaters, we see that there's a black lady playing this role. So don't you think this is ridiculous?
Who's the black lady playing Hermione?
I don't know.
In what? In a movie?
No, in theater, in London.
Oh, in a theater. So here's the thing. Here's what people need to understand. What as society, it sounds ridiculous to you because you're used to seeing white. But in society, when something's wrong, it's okay for us to fix it. And diversity is something that we need to fix. So sure, if Hermione was a real person, it would be different. But she's not a real person. She's a make-believe person. Hermione, like the Little Mermaid, can be anybody we want them to be. And the reason why you choose someone of a person of color is because it's okay to include diversity. It's okay for black children and Latino children, Latinx children, and Iranian children to look on the TV or look on the screen and see someone who looks like them. It's okay to do Aladdin live action and have actual Middle Eastern actors play that part. It's okay to have Little Mermaid, who was painted white, be a black person in the new movie. It's okay because it's about diversity and making everyone feel welcome. They did not do this for so long because you've seen a lot of movies where they took main characters that were supposed to be people of color, black, brown, yellow, any color on the planet, and they made them white. Whether it's Prince of Persia, where it's Jake Gyllenhaal, or the Gods of Egypt, where it's Christian Bale. All of these are people who are supposed to be people of color. In the movie 21, every single person in that book is actually Asian. But on the screen, only 2 are Asian, and they're both very decrepit characters. One steals all the time, the other one is slow. Like, that's not what these are things. We see something called whitewashing. Well, it's time to add color back into the world. It's okay. It's okay that the Hermione's black in theater. It doesn't change how great Harry Potter is. J.K. Rowling making bad statements does, but the diversity never does.
You know, I totally agree with you about diversity. I totally agree with that. As I said, for example, Black Panther, there's a cool, handsome black guy for playing Black Panther, and everybody accepts him as a character, a Marvel character, and this is great. and we should have for all the nation the same heroes. But the thing is that when you create a character with the appearance, this is his or her identity anyway. Our appearances are our identity as well.
I
So
disagree
when
with you.
Little
I
Mermaid is a
disagree with
ginger,
you.
yeah, exactly. So I
I'll
want to hear
disagree
about
with you. And I'm telling you why. Because you don't say, oh, look, it's white Thor, but you do say it's Black Panther. When it's a color, when it's a person of color, that's their identity. But when it's a white person, that means it's default. That means it's normal. Well, we need to stop thinking that way. It's not normal just to be white. There are a lot of different people in the world, and it's okay. It doesn't take away from white people. It just adds on people of color. So it's not their identity when it's, especially when it's someone who's made up. Now, if I made a movie about Martin Luther King and I cast Daniel Day-Lewis, that would be a problem. But if I make a movie about Superman, and this time we have a super black Superman, because Superman, Superman is an established brand. So if you create something new, it doesn't have the same قدرت brand قدیمی که تاریخ داشته باشه نداره. It doesn't have the same strength that a brand which has history has. So it's okay to change it in order to fix the problem which was created, which is the problem of white supremacy, which is the problem of white being normal and everything else being added or different. Black Panther, you're saying it in the name, Black Panther, but you don't say, oh, look, it's white Superman. Oh, look, it's white Thor. Oh, look, it's white Batman. You don't say that because it doesn't have to be a part of their identity. Well, it doesn't have to be a part of our identity either, because even though you might think of yourself as white, Aghay Doktor, you're not white. You're brown. You're olive.
Sure,
that sabze in your skin is different. And the thing about it, thank you, Fashina Ray, maybe. Thank you so much for Kamalan Duras Tehran. Thank you so much. But it's also because we should see people. There should be an Iranian superhero. Why not?
Exactly.
Why not?
It
There's
was
not
my
an Iranian
second
superhero.
question, Tehran, exactly about the diversity. That I'm also for diversity. I'm not against it. I hope this is not a misunderstanding about that.
No, I understand you're for it, but what you're not understanding is how you can update it. You just think that they should create new things, but that's not how it works. You can update it. Companies do this all the time with their logo. They do this all the time with their commercials. They do this all the time with their branding. Well, we can too with diversity. It's okay. It'll be okay.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to say, that why not, for example, Middle Eastern as heroes? As
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why there's no Iranian hero. Do you know why there's not an Iranian superhero?
Exactly, that's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, do you know why? And I'll tell you. What's the number one thing a superhero has to do?
You mean
keep a secret. Keep a secret. Iranians can't keep secrets, bro. He's gonna have to tell everyone. Man, Superman, Superman, mana. And then they'd be like, but that Superman, woo, Superman, 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 Superman.
So, especially for Batman, that would be a problem. That's the
oh, Batman? Yeah, of course. Batman's superpower is he's rich. If Batman was black, they would arrest him the first 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes, they just arrest Batman, it'd be done. They'd be like, oh, who's Batman? Oh, it's the black guy. Arrest him. Arrest him.
But seriously, Tehran, why not, for example, during this updating thing that you are mentioning, why not Middle Eastern? And in Mazjo Brani's Jimmy Westwood, exactly this point was mentioned. That,
yeah,
okay,
it was.
There's a, so why not? Why?
I'll tell you why. Because people like us, خیلی کم میریم to entertainment and خیلی زیاد میریم PhD میگیریم. There's a lot of Iranians who go get PhDs in math and very few who go into writing and entertainment. Our voices have to be heard, but only we can speak for our voices, which is why I and people like Maz and Max Amini, we push for Iranians to be mainstream media. We push for Iranians to be in television shows, to be heroes, to be doctors, to be lawyers, to be police officers, to be everybody. And I want to say hi to one of the most beautiful Iranians I know, Destiny Rose is in the chat. I want to say Mahyar دوست میگه شب خوش شبت خوش مهیار جون مرسی. S Boogie, Batman in Iran is from Esfahan. No, Batman in Iran uses too much money to be from Esfahan. Everyone in Esfahan is really smart with their money. They're the smartest people on the planet. Yeah, so, and Hamta HMII says, Tehran, what do you think about Kanye West running for presidency? Allah will see. Allah, Doctor, let us know what goes on with the questions.
Okay, Tehran. By the way, let's do something fun. We usually ask the people we are having this interview with to have this challenge named Crazy Eyebrow. Actually, Maz does it often, like this.
Yeah.
Just one. Oh, you can do it very good. You even don't need practice. So it's true that actors are very good with their facial expressions. They can do anything.
I'm not really great with my facial expressions like some. Maz is very good with his facial expressions. The eyebrow thing, I think it's an Iranian thing. You have the one eyebrow. You have to have the eyebrow thing. The eyebrow thing, that's the Iranian part.
Yeah. So that's related to our genome again.
Yeah.
So, Tehran, would you even consider having stand-up comedy in Cyprus, for example?
Of course. I would love to come to Cyprus. One of the things about comedy people don't always understand is comedy is about bringing people together and finding different groups of people all over the world. Cyprus, I've never been to Cyprus, and there's this community of Iranians and Greeks and Turkish people and Cyprus people, and I would love to bring them all together in one place and have them laugh together. And I'll take Destiny with me if I go.
And by the way, about our previous question about those updating, for example, from a white character to Middle Easterns, then you mentioned that we need more people in entertainment industry. So yes. It means that the population who are promoting something, if there are more population in that, this is a big factor. And that's the reason, for example, it's working for African American these days in the movie industry, because we have more African American in movie industry or entertainment industry these days. So this is the key for us, for Middle Eastern, to make it happen also for us.
We should definitely be involved. Middle Eastern parents love telling their kids to be doctors and engineers, which is amazing. And I agree, we should be doctors and engineers, but we should also be writers and singers and movie stars, because that's where people get to see you. And that's how you get your voices out. And we get our voices told. You can be both. You can be a doctor and a movie star. That happens all the time in LA. You can do these things. But in order for our voices to get heard, we need to be writing the stories. Because even when you watch a movie like 300, you see the movie 300, and you're like, oh, why did it show Persians so bad? Because Persians didn't write it. But we could write a movie 301, which shows the very next day, which shows King Cyrus and the Persian Empire, and how men and women were equal, and how all the people were treated so well, and how there was no homelessness, and how it accepted cultures even if they went to war with them. It would show those things. We can write those stories. We can do that.
Actually, Tehran, I'm a writer too. So I'm one of those guys that you mentioned. We are doing PhD at the same time. We are trying to find our way.
Good.
But the thing is that, for example, I wrote since I was 16 years old. I have even movie scripts. The thing is that producers don't accept scripts from Middle Easterns that easily.
You're right. You're right. They don't. And here's the thing. In Hame Iruniye Puldar, we should also be producing our own movies. If Hollywood doesn't want to make it, we will make it ourselves. Bollywood did that. Indian movies did that. We can create for ourselves. We can we always talk about how Iranians are so rich. Well, if we're all so rich, then why don't we have more power? Because we need unity. Because we need himayat, hamkari, ettihad. We need unity. We need togetherness. We need hambastagi. We need to work together. This is how we overcome the stuff. I also want to say hi to Fairy S. Blossoms, who said she didn't tell her son to become a doctor, and he became a doctor anyway. خوش به حالش. ببین من یه خواهر دارم، اگر پسرتون مجرده کم خواهر منو بردار ببر اگر خواستی.
So Tehran, what have you done in Persian community? I mean, you and others like Max Amini and Mazri Obrani, to convince Persians to promote you guys for example, independent movies or something like that. What have
You
you
know,
done?
it's very difficult. Shout out to Persian Skater, San Diego. If you don't see her roller skating in the streets, you'll see her roller skating in your Instagram. My whole thing is this. When it comes, Fairy June, he's married. Who cares? This is Los Angeles. Everybody's married. August Alsina, bro. We can make it work. Because he's like, her son's married. So the concept is, what we do is we promote positive images of the Persian culture, and we tell our stories, our own stories. And because we do this, a lot of Iranians have been extremely supportive. However, it's not as easy. It's not as easy. Iranians don't always support. They don't always post, and they always, sometimes if they see something good, instead of telling everyone, they keep it a secret and they don't tell everyone. So what I suggest is that I hope Iranians show more love and support. I always try my best to show support and love for all the people like yourself who are doing things. I'm always impressed. I love that you take the time and do these interviews, even though you're a PhD and you're doing all this other stuff. I love that. So I always want to show love and support.
You're really kind to do that for Persian community, Tehran.
Yeah.
And
actually, I want to say, because Destiny Rose is in the chat, and she's frequently, you've seen her on Shahs of Sunset. A lot of Iranians in America, a lot of people love the show Shahs of Sunset. You know who hates it the most? Iranian people hate it the most. They hate it. And they keep thinking, oh, well, why are they promoting them? It's because you, Babak, didn't want to be on TV. And no one wants to watch a doctor and a dentist and a chiropractor be boring. Iranians love showing all this good stuff about themselves, but not telling the truth about themselves. Sometimes it's okay to tell the truth. And on top of that, Shahs of Sunset have made Iranians extremely popular in the United States because people are watching other people on television and they don't think, oh, all Iranians are like that. What they think is they're people just like us. They're human beings just like us. They're people. I love this. I love watching them. So I always thought it was really great for people who are showing so much love to the Persian culture. And I've never thought that people like Destiny or Gigi or MJ or anyone, or Asa, Reza, all these people who are on Shahs, they never get the love and support. And you see this love and support when it comes to Kim Kardashian. You see this love and support when it comes to Paris Hilton or Love and Hip Hop or any of the other shows. But on Shahs of Sunset, it doesn't show it. And it's not called Iranians. It's not called Persians in America. It's called Shahs of Sunset, and it's about that group of people. It's that group of people. And when you can humanize each other, that's when you see you get the most support.
So what would be the role of Persians around the world themselves? Those who are not in the entertainment industry, how they can support you guys to make it happen?
Honestly, I don't need your money. I just need love. I need you to promote me. It's okay, post me. It takes $0 to post me. It takes $0 to support me. It takes $0 to follow me on Instagram. It takes $0 for you to tell your friends that are not Iranian about us. Tell your friends who are Turkish or Greek or from Cyprus or American, who are black, who are white, who are Latino, who are Asian. Tell all your other friends about us, because you will see they have a lot in common. Salam to Moin Jun, Tehran چطوری؟ دلم برات تنگ شده بود. مرسی موین جون، مرسی که تو چت هستین، لطف دارین شما. Yeah, go to our shows. Go to our shows. Thank you to Shazi SS, who says, and Adel, show damn support and share his ish. That all simple AF. Thank you, Adel. You should be a rapper, bro. I love it.
So exactly, that's what I'm doing here also, Tehran. I'm trying to introduce both Cypriots and Persians to the war. I'm as the person who is talking in as a someone Persian, so that they understand that not all Persians are alike. It's true that I've been in Iran itself for many years, but I lived in many countries. And because of that, as you say, it's not like if you're born half-breed, you are know about these things. If you go somewhere, live somewhere, your culture will be again different. And maybe you also mentioned it in one of your stand-up comedy that this is the case. Not only because you're half-breed, you know about the different culture.
So we don't use the term half-breed. You should say mixed. مگه من سگم که بگی half-breed.
Really? Is that so?
Mixed.
Yeah,
of course.
Sorry, I didn't mean
No,
to.
it's okay. I know it's not. I'm always about educate, not humiliate. I'm not mad at you at all especially because I know you have very good intention. That's another thing is actually, and a lot of people, I want to say hi to my ghost host who says, love you, T. Appreciate that. Parmi's Paradise in the building. Salam Tehran. Ali hasti. Khudtun ali hastin shama. Purya Karimpur که همیشه حمایت میکنه and shows love. Thank you so much, Purya June. Yeah, keep me a cut on. He kept calling me half-breed. I'm like, yo, I'm not a puppy. I'm not a dog. Here's the thing.
We are good in academic language. That's why.
Of course. I understand. And I'm very impressed that you speak English. A lot of people make fun of accents. Even when I do the accent, I'm not making fun of it. I actually show a lot of respect because you having an accent means you speak two languages. You speak another language fluently and you learned another language on your own. You didn't go and you weren't raised here and you learned that on your own, and it's amazing that you speak. What languages do you speak? You speak Farsi, English?
Actually, I'm struggling with 10 languages now.
10 languages. 10 languages. He speaks 10 languages. PhD هم داره. He has a PhD. He has 10 languages because in Iran, in Iran, we don't have, here's a role model. You say بچه مردم رو نگاه کن, that's the same. It's the same. مقایسه. We look at other kids and we compare ourselves.
Yeah, that's the other thing I want to also mention, that before I was trying to focus on English and try to do my best even for accent to be exactly like American. But then I understood, no, it's not happening, because whatever I do, it won't be like 100% American. They would understand that this is a foreigner. The other thing is that I went to live in other countries, and when I wanted to communicate with them in English, they couldn't communicate with me. They didn't know English. So I understood I should learn more languages so that I can communicate with them. And as soon as you become multilingual, you understand it doesn't matter to exactly obey the rules for a specific language. Like, how come, for example, English becomes an international language for everybody? This is a big advantage to those who were born in those countries that speak English as their native language. This is a big advantage. But then I understood, okay, around the world, if I want to communicate with different peoples, I need to know about different languages. And my accent doesn't even matter. As long as I can tell you what I mean, I can give you my message. That's good enough for me. You know what?
It is very good. Good for you. ارتباط خیلی مهمه. Communication is extremely important. I'm very proud of you. That's amazing. It's amazing to be able to speak so many languages and communicate. In fact, communication is key. It's the code to community and unity is communication. And so if we have that concept, communication plus unity is community, we would all be in the same place. I wish we had more communication in the world. People just talk to each other. If we talked, a lot of the problems in the world would be solved.
That's true, exactly. So this is one of the things that we can do. As you said, we just talk more and more about this thing.
Sahi asked you, what languages do you speak, Tehran? I'm curious now. What languages do you speak? Aghay Doktor. No, to you. What languages do you speak?
Okay, English, Persian, Arabic, Turkish, Russian, and Italian, German, Spanish, French, and one I missed here. Japanese I mentioned, right? Or no?
No, but you speak Japanese too? How do you
But
have all the time?
the thing is that I'm struggling now with this language. It's not like I speak them in advanced level. I set a goal that in 2030 I can send my message to everyone using these 10 languages. So that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to
Good for
be
you.
again advanced in any of them. As I
I
told you
wish I
before,
didn't speak any languages and then no one would talk to me. That's what I wish. I spoke zero
that's a
languages.
bless.
All I knew was the words "Khafish, Abadi, Khafish." I just wish I didn't speak and I couldn't hear anyone. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil.
Okay, Tehran, for those who want to follow you and follow your work, where they can find you.
I'm easy to find. I am Tehran all across the board. Everywhere you go, I am Tehran. IAMTEHRAN. I'm easy to find. My
Because they
name is
Google
Tehran.
Tehran, but they find the capital of Iran. That's the problem.
I know, but when you Google Tehran, the only person who shows up is me. The only person. Yeah, and so I always wear a hat that says Tehran, so if you don't know how to spell it, just watch Fox News. It's always on the news, so you can watch the news.
My hats usually don't have my name on it, so I wear it like this. I don't show exactly what's the brand.
Yeah. I see that. Your hat's backwards. It's nice, man. So how's Cyprus? Do you like Cyprus?
Cyprus actually is good if you visit here as a tourist, but not for living.
Why?
One of the reasons I tell you is that we don't have experts here. For example, if you need an emergency as a surgery, so we had some guys from here, they had a problem, emergency. They got their ticket to the airplane to go to Turkey, for example, for the surgery. And they died inside the airplane. That's how they didn't want to have a surgery inside Cyprus. So this is a big problem here. So for living, maybe this is not the best idea. But as a tourist, if you want to visit here, it's perfect. People are friendly. Cypriots are very hospitable. And I'm sure everyone who visits here as a tourist, they will have a best time.
That's, I've always wanted to check out Cyprus. It seems like it's a beautiful place. Why are you there? Why did you go there? For school?
Yeah, actually, I started my master here in Cyprus. And then they offered me a very good job when I was a PhD student here. So I got stuck here. Then even I went to Russia. And I understood they give very low salary to teachers. That's why I couldn't survive there. Otherwise, I love Russia too. It was a great
We
country.
give a low salary to teachers everywhere. Teachers are the most important profession on the planet, and it's the most underpaid profession on the planet is teachers. Teachers who teach our future, teachers who are there for all of us. And I think a lot of parents are learning about teachers right now while they're in quarantine because they don't want to take care of their own kids. No one wants to take care of their own kids.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is the case. For example, for even Instagram validation, if you are a respectful researcher, then you don't get validation. Yeah. But if you show your breast, for example, as a model, right away you get validation. So that's how, for example, Instagram works.
It takes a lot of time. It takes more than that. I want to give a shout out to my boy, Mr. TJ Gibson, one of the premier musicians, artists, singers of our time is on the chat. Thank you for being here. People want to say things. They agree about teachers. Arshia gives the hand claps. Kimia Yadigari is in the building. Kimia is a professional jogger. She doesn't even know. Say Flowery says hello. I appreciate everyone showing so much love in the chat. I love when the chat is positive and people have opinions and they're talking. Ahmad Rezan says Tehran is one of the greatest names in the world. It's the greatest name in the world. I love my name. Like, I love my name. I'm so glad that's my name. It's crazy that more people don't name their kids Tehran because you hear the name Paris, you hear the name London, you hear those names all the time. But even the name Cairo or Egypt, you've heard those names. People get shocked when you hear Tehran. And I'm like, why? It's one of the best names of one of the best cities in the world, Tehran.
That's true, but some Persian names, we have problem in foreign countries. For example, you have H. So in many countries, they have problem pronouncing that. And for example, my name is Money. So when I go to foreign countries, right away, they say money, money, money. Like this, like we are talking about money, but
it's okay. Money. Here's the thing. this is something. This is the something that's we need to realize. Like, for everyone who has a difficult name, and they feel like a lot of people are like, "Oh, my name's difficult for Americans to say." No, it's not. If you repeat it all the time, eventually they will learn. If there's a parrot, I got tuti bashe, you can say your name and belakhare tuti tekrar mikone. Even the parrot will be able to repeat your name. So why don't you think John or Jim or Mike or Tim or Tom, Kelly, and Karen will not be able to repeat your name? They will. You just have to be persistent, because if you do it, then your grandchildren don't have to do it. That's the key, is you be persistent and know that you have a beautiful name. Mani is an amazing name. It's a very cool name, and it's a great name to have. So Destiny's sister's name is Khashange, you know, which sounds difficult, but it's not. It might be difficult to say the re if a country doesn't have a re sound, but they can say Khashange, and it's just as beautiful a name, and it means beautiful. So I think people should work with their names. Iranian Immigrant Stories says hi. They probably agree. Michael Naderi is in the chat. Dr. Elliot Ahtut is in the chat. If you ever need a dentist, that's the guy to go to in LA. One of the best cosmetic and general dentists in the city. So Dr. Elliot Ahtut. That's a perfect example of Iranians becoming dentists who don't write scripts. That's the guy. But he's a very good dentist. Or Sagar. Sari. What's up, Sagar? It's a beautiful name. Sagar, they will eventually learn how to produce it. And you know how you know they'll be able to pronounce it? Because they say names like Jose. Jose is spelled Jose, but no one says Joe's. Hey, Joe's. No, they learn to say Jose when they see that. So it's the same thing. If you repeat it, then they will learn.
For accents, true, but sometimes it has very bad meaning in other languages. Like Max
Sure.
was saying about Pupak.
Yeah.
So, these things also happen, so we cannot persist on those names in that case.
Yeah, but you know what? Just because your name, even do this. Which name came first, Pupak or Anne?
I didn't get it.
Which name came first, Pupak or Anne?
No idea.
I mean, Pupak has been a name for about 5,000 years, and Anne has smelled like shit for
Anne, you mean Anne, the English name? Okay.
Exactly, but that name, it might not be a good name in Iran, and Pupak might not sound good in America. But the point is, Iranian names have been around for 5,000 years. In the Shahnameh, you can find a lot of these names, these amazing names. So the history and the culture is there. And that's why it's important. We can't just say, oh, Khariji Paras Nabashim. We don't have to just take whatever the Western culture is and be like, that's the right way. Our way is right. Everyone has a different way of doing things, and they can learn. They can learn, you know? Yeah, the only name that I don't really like, Kimia, I don't really know if I like that name, but all the other names are good. SGS Tech to Tech, shout out to all the Negars. Yo, that's like the worst, best name to have in America right now.
So you also agree with the accent thing, that the accent thing for each region is beautiful in their own way, either from the meaning of that word or the accent they have. They are beautiful the way they are. They shouldn't imitate exactly the accent of the country that they are trying to learn the language from.
It is, and we should all learn to try to respect each other. Let's learn how to, it's okay to show respect. It's okay to show love. It's okay to learn other people's names, even if it's not easy. Siamak is a great name. Siamak is a great name. It's the name of a warrior prince. It's the name, it means black-haired bringer of joy. It's an amazing name to have. So the concept is we can learn to respect each other, whether it's an African name or a Middle Eastern name or a European name or a South American name. We can learn to respect each other and try to learn to accept one another.
And also have this ability that if someone, we laugh together about these differences too. If we are talking about these things, then we don't get offended right away.
Yeah, of course not. Don't educate, don't humiliate. Arshia asked Alay Doctor, what's his real name? It's Mani. His name is Mani.
Yeah, thank you for answering that. You are very fast with that. You are expert in answering those comments. I can't just look at them now. They go very fast.
They go fast. They're written in English, but it's okay. Like even the Farsi ones, I read as much. Rayhane. Oh, Rayhan is a very nice name. They turned my name Rayhane into Ray, but it's all good. You know, you keep teaching, they keep learning. Exactly. That's how it should be. You know. So I like different groups of people. It could be an Asian name. Asian names aren't always easy, but we can learn if we just take a little time and learn respect for one another. Just like when you're a kid and you learn everyone's name, we're all taught. Everything is programmed. So we can program and reprogram ourselves to learn respect and learn how to say someone's name. We don't have to say Babak. We can learn Babak. We can learn Babak. It's okay. You have Bob and you have back. Babak. I get it.
Yeah, exactly. And Tehran, I also wanted to mention this, that some people think that if you have PhD, then you know everything. But the fact is that I have PhD in mathematics, for example. I know this field in very high level, for example, in details. But when it comes to other matters, it doesn't mean I should know everything. And during these interviews, I'm learning a lot from different people. It's very interesting because I talk with different people with different talents in different fields. And even today, I learned a lot from you. That question I asked you, which was pretty serious, only I could possibly hear the answer from you. I talked with many people about it. Nobody could answer me. And many people don't even care. That's a big problem. And I'm keep learning from these things. And I want also people understand it, that if you know a field, it doesn't mean that you know everything. I'm learning now new things every day from different people. And today I learned a lot from you, for example.
Well, you have a PhD in mathematics, but everybody has a PhD in being themselves and has a PhD in speaking their own truths and their own experiences. Everybody does. So we can learn something from everybody. It could be a billionaire, it could be a homeless person. Everyone has value. Everyone has something to contribute, and their experiences are priceless.
Exactly, Tehran. Tehran,
I don't want to hear all the experiences. I don't want to hear your experience, but I know it's priceless. Like, I don't want people to just come start talking to me and they're like, well, this is my experience. Like, okay, buddy, I don't care. Like, but everyone has something to contribute for sure.
Exactly. For example, if you're stuck somewhere with someone, then at least you can communicate to learn something from that guy. For example, you're stuck here with me, so we are trying to.
No, you're a good person, man. You're a good person.
Thank you.
So that's the way it works. Like, we can all learn from each other. Shout out to Natalie Wan, Michael Naderi, who's always showing love. Purya Karimpour, who answered the question, was asked, Tehran, can you read and write Farsi? And yes, Tehran can read and write Farsi. Of course I can. Amir Hossein, who thinks Greek names are too easy. And Shazi SSS, I think her name is Shahrazad. That's a very good name. Mac K, have I heard the name Mahrad? Yes, it's a Farsi. It means young moon. And Adele 0098, Dosef Navado Hasht, says, dude, how you learn read Farsi, which I'm assuming means how did you learn to read Farsi? And it's with a lot of Tusari. So that's how
from
it works.
Your father, as I understand, he's so strict.
He's just an Iranian father, so you know how that is. You know how that can be. But Mani Jun, thank you for having me. I know we're about to run out of time. I appreciate you. به دوستان عزیز در سایپرس سلام منو برسون. امیدوارم که از نزدیک به زودی شما رو ببینم. I hope to see you up close and personal soon and throw a show for you guys and take on Cyprus. I appreciate you. روز و شب همگی بخیر. هر جای دنیا که هستی خودت باشی. Bye.
Tehran, thanks a lot for your time. And I really hope to see you in person as soon as possible. I really appreciate and treasure the time you've given us for this conversation. It was very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tehran, Tehrane.